after it's posted or it's ended. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on. But the Prisma Obex, I might make a video on this soon. I've had major burnout. Ballistica Prime, I love it. Obviously, it's multiplicative, but the Prisma Obex is now, in my opinion, the best in-slot melee weapon in Vauban, unless you're going for a melee-focused build. But look at how quickly we can build this up, because we can ragdoll people and easily get these finishers up, so we can get that 40% parkour velocity pretty quickly. So we'll toy around with that, toy around with Ballistica. I'm going to see how well we can make an acid shells so back work along with Bobbin's first ability with this augment, because that's little miniature nukes, so it might be enough that this sometimes takes them over the threshold to just trigger that damage, and we can almost use an acid shells. So back on Bobbin, we'll see.
I'm sending life support capsules your way.
So as you can see, we don't really need too much. This is why I love him so much. I've chatted far too much about him probably on my account, but look at that. We can just kind of suspend enemies and let the dog do his thing. The only thing you need to worry about is the X-Miss, because that's the only thing that can damage you as you play as Vauban. You know, not much is going to be able to damage you because everything's lifted. You know, then as soon as you get one of these kills, you've got AoE damage. The only thing you need to watch out for is X-Miss, because they're the only ones that are going to be able to damage us. Everybody's lifted. And then you got AoE killing like that. See, look at that, just insane AoE damage. So, what was chatting, and again, crazy nukes, because nothing can really damage us. Suspend these dudes again, constant energy. So let's see how this Obex, why I think the Obex is so good to get the instant parkour velocity up with Bobbin, because we can just ragdoll these guys, get a combo up to 6 extremely quickly, and then everybody can just be finished. You know, if I don't kill everybody too quickly, but you know, we can ragdoll these guys here, right? Get a combo up to 6 relatively quick, as long as we've got enough people getting pulled in. There's more people here. I was almost at 6, and then look at that, we can ground finisher and just AoE everybody with OX. Now we've got that. Now let's start doing our ground finishers. And there you go, you got AoE killing potential with the OX without much investment. Now if we throw a second one down that's not pulling them in, we can then armor strip them and get a lot more damage out of it. And just stand here while everybody's pulled in and finished. And now look at our parkour velocity as well, that was charged up pretty quickly. Anybody caught in the corners here, we can finish it as well. So it works quite nice.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Now if we throw out the 1, we've got even more AoE potential, because you know that's going to attach to people, then AoE kill as well. Keep this out. We'll throw them down over here for example, and then that's going to AoE kill too. The green numbers is the ability to see, like that guy there. We've run out of combo, but we can get it back quite quickly as long as we pull these dudes in. 4. Big group of people here, back up to 6. Then we can just do that finisher loop of AoE killing with the 1 and the 4 again. The dog's doing his thing. Let's keep the one augment up. And it's going to passively return energy constantly as well. You can just stand here, cast a few abilities, and finish out these guys. Nice and easy. Now, see if we can passively kill the Acolyte just from the AoE damage. Probably will, just from the one alone we could probably kill him. So
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause. Highly needed. Extraction is ready.
Look at them. They come to this place when they know they are not sure. My brothers, did I not tell of this day? Did I not prophesize this moment?
killed him easily.
It is time. I will teach these trespassers the redemptive power of my Yanisky. They will learn its simple truth. We cannot blame these creatures. They are being led by a false prophet, an impostor who knows not the secrets of the void.
And the Ballistica is just doing insane damage. There's not much needs to be said about that. It's really good here because we can pop the headshots easily. And then we've got AoE Death on tap. Look at that. Because of the one augment, we can just AoE kill everything. And then we've got multiplicative damage from the one. Anybody who missed the Obex as well, watch this. So we can get the Obex combo up nice and quick. And then look at, we can just chain kill ground finishers with this 4. We'll get the combo up. 6. Take a little while. Because everybody's going to die from the AoE from the one augment. Combo up though. Almost there. There we go. Now we can start to really AoE kill, like I just showed there, if you missed it. Seen somebody else came in to watch, so watch this with Bob, and this is definitely the best in slot. Parkour velocity and easy kills, melee wise. Boom. Now everybody will just get pulled into this position, as long as they're not stuck on walls. Then we can just ground finisher everybody in turn with the one augment, giving crazy AoE potential. And we've got infinite energy as well, because any electric damage mixed with Nourish is giving us free energy regen. So very little effort, you can just camp here with them and do it. And then you got influence on this as well, if you're struggling to get through that person, which you shouldn't. Go in this better room here. So we've got armor strip, because we've got 3 down 2, but only 1 is pulling them in at this point. We'll just throw them all in this room just now. And then look at that. Keeping the one augment up at all times too. We can just chill and kill everything very easily. But let's go back to the Ballistica. Because this thing is just absolutely bonkers. Mixed with the AoE potential, we've got Bobbin as well in his one. Again, headshots in this guys might be a bit difficult. Here we go. Now the Vectis is also really good, but I didn't take it with me just now because it's just outclassed by the other incarnates right now. But Bobbin's probably the best Vectis user there is as well, because look, we can just suspend people and pick them up with Vectis very, very easily, without having to even aim really. We'll go get the Vectis in a minute and we'll try it out. The damage of this thing is just bonkers. The multiplicative CO is just off the scale. Plus, we've got the great priming from the dog, and we've got more AoE from his one augment, which just pairs really nice. So you just shoot one beefy target for millions of damage, and then everything dies from the AoE. So, let's charge this up. And look at that. That was without any prime and he just exploded. So if we throw this AoE potential down here, look at this. One of these down on that guy, shoot one, and boom, everybody dies. Making sure that augments on the people so you can still see the little white thing on their head. Then you're going to get great AoE. Somebody over here will have one of them. Oh no, I lost my dog. See, we've got passive overguard from the dog as well, which is nice. But who's got that on him? Somebody over here? Him. Boom. And more AoE like that from there. So let's go get the Vectis. And just crazy explosions. Him. And again, crazy explosions. Again, crazy explosions. Oh, I love Robin. I got burnout, but you know, anytime I play as him, I'm happy. And where's our parkour velocity? Look, we got that 40% parkour velocity indefinitely now for the rest of the mission. And look how fast we can move about. I always have parkour velocity shards on most of my frames anyway. But mixed with that, as I play Robin, I don't really use melees that much. You know, unless I'm grouping people up. The Distreza, another person, another weapon he absolutely shines with. So we'll go to the Simulacrum and toy around with them all.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win. The lesson ends.
So I think all the new Incarnate shine best with Robin. So let's go into the sim and have a look at them all. And it's not just me glazing him, it's because you can lift easily for the Vectis, you can group easily, kill with the Obex, and the Ballistica can just absolutely decimate the grouped enemies or lifted enemies for easy headshots. And then you've also got the Distreza that's going to just destroy the grouped enemies real easily as well. So we've just seen the Obex. We'll go into the sim show again anyway. Sort of influence slot because this isn't really focused. I love the OBX, I've been using it with all the other frames, but right now this is just for Vauban and why it's best in Vauban in my opinion. I'll show why. With this setup I've set up on it. So here's these three, then we'll look at the rest of the Incarnates in the sim, and I'll explain why I think they're best with them. Mostly it's coming to the being able to pull the ground finishers, the grouping or the lifted for easy headshots. And then the Distress obviously has this sort of Siam style wave, which really works well with him because he's got fantastic grouping. Anybody with good grouping can do it, I suppose, but I just feel like it works best on him. So let's see how quickly we can get this this Incarnate up. So, you know, let's charge this Obex here. Watch this. So throw these guys in, right? Look how quickly we'll get to our 6 combo. We're at the 6 combo. Now we can just start ground finishing in people. Get our viral up. And look at that. We can just continue to pull people in and wipe them out. We've got our full parkour velocity instantly. So it's definitely the best in slot here for. And look at that. Boom. Easy. Easy kills. Just stand here all day camping with that. And if you want more AoE, we can get more AoE. Why can we get more AoE? Because this first augment does AoE damage. You know, so if there's any health issues there when you weren't executing them straight away, watch what will happen now. They're all going to die instantly, whether it's Xmas or not. So let's get some. How much of these guys will we get? Get these guys in, and let's get these guys in. And let's hope that we can get the one to attach to who we want it to attach to. Throw down this. Now, that's going to group them. Now we can armor strip if we throw a second one out. Ground finisher, this dude's, and look at that. Just effortless. Spawn them again. Just fantastic. So he's a top OBEX user in my opinion. What else was I glazing there? So we'll get this back out, these guys out. So what we've got here, we've got the Vectis. Why is the Vectis good? Well, because we can easily lift them like that, and then just do that. Don't really need aim. Vectis, is it that good? Not really. But I'd say, I can't think of who else would be better for it than him. Now, why is it come AoE with Vauban? Because we do that, and then we do that. So now we've got an AoE Incarnon Vectis Sniper. Armor strip. And everybody dies. And millions of damage, so that's why he's the best Vectis user. Even if you don't get your head shot off with the Vectis like this, and they group up, as long as that ball's on the guy, and you hit him, you know, that bald guy will die. Where is he? There we go, see, so it's best to just lift them with the Vectis. As long as this is on them, they die in groups. Or go at your OBEX and ground finisher them. Now Ballistica. Why Ballistica? Well, it's a multiplicative absolute behemoth. It does insane damage, 445 million. Now we've got an AoE multiplicative behemoth of a gun. Now whether they're in the up like that or not, you're still going to absolutely wipe the floor with everything. Look at that. Everybody died instantly. Viral up, keeping their one augment up for their AoE potential, and you're just going to decimate groups of people constantly. Whether you're an Incarnon or not, to be fair, look at this thing. It's better in Incarnon because it's multiplicative, but you know, you've got a decent sized wave, so you're going to probably kill that guy with the augment on him every time that you group these guys up. Or lift them up, you know, it's going to be the same story. And just everything dies in AoE. Fantastic, beautiful setup. So, what else can we talk about? Strezzo. Is it that good? I like it. The OBEX is far better, obviously. What have we got over here? Wind up speed, yeah, that's what we want. Combo, critical damage, yeah. Right. So, summoning these goofy people. Been pulled up already. Now we'll group them up. Why? Because easy combo. Best way to charge for your Incarnons. Now we've got it all grouped up. Now what do? We just heavy attack, and everything's going to die very, very easily. Another reason the Wobbin shines as the best Incarnon setup. Best frame for the new Incarnons in my opinion. Now I've just went melee influence slop. Why? Because the way I would be playing this would be, you know, putting AoE damage on them and heavy attacking and the room dying like that. And if it didn't die initially from that, the influence proc should do it as well. The minute we get an influence proc, big damage. So now we're at 12x. We're also going to be stacking Arcane Hotshot from our Hound. It's going to help too. So you can run around and just use it as a meta influence slot weapon if you want to. But why would you when you've got this cool little gimmick of grouping up and, you know, heavy attacking? So we'll group these dudes up, they're viral up, and the minute we hit one, everybody dies because of that AoE potential from the first augment. So this, in my opinion, is the best way to play Vauban. This is the build. I always use it Sculptor for insane efficiency to make our Flechette Orb, you know, red crit. You know, you can play Vauban with just abilities. Weapons really don't matter. So let's take this off. Let's just go OBEX. Where is it? For anybody that's not that up to clue on how to play him, take everything else off and look at the potential we still have here with just pure arcanes and abilities and synergies that way. So, you know, you throw the one out, the one's going to give you passive energy. You activate your vital from Nourish. And look at that, you got steady energy gaining. Now, if you lift these guys, nobody can damage you. The Hound can do all the work for you. You can just chill here. That Hound's eventually going to kill everything with that. And this guy here, the marked guys are going to AoE kill everything. So you could just play the game like this if you wanted to. And it'll scale to level cap. To make it more interesting, we'll throw in his nails. And then this is when things really start to... the damage really starts to tick up. And now we're orange critting, now we're hitting for the millions. And you know, we keep that one augment up all the time. Definitely what you do with Augment. And then, you know, look at our AoE potential starting to take shape now. And we'll pull an Eximus just to prove that it's not just these guys. Anything is going to succumb to ability damage purely. Slow down the one.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
In the minute, you know, the minute they lose their overguard, they're absolutely powerless. They then get suspended, or they get ragdolled like that, and they're up shit creek. So, you know, however you want to play Volvin, if you want to take them to level cap, ability only, or, you know, with any weapon, you're going to be able to do it. You're going to turn any weapon into an AoE monster, because we've got that one at first ability, and you know, the minute you kill that guy that's marked like this, you've then got AoE potential. Like that, see? So if we unpause these guys, let's see how we get on against them. We'll make our companion invincible just now because it's a bit unfair for the amount of damage he'll be taking. But if we make me, you know, not invincible, but the companion invincible, let's see how we get on with this. So essentially, unpause the enemy AI. We throw down the 4, throw down our 2, keep that AoE potential up, and look, the minute that they're suspended, they cannot do anything to us. They can't damage us. The minute that they lose that overguard, no, we take no damage. Nothing can hurt us. Look, and we're getting passive overguard from the Hound. And look how easily we wipe them guys out. So we keep the one Alkin up. The minute that they lose their overguard, they're up shit creek. The Hound's nuking. This is just pure ability damage, nothing else. And there's not much frames that can just totally turn off all the enemy's damage potential to you. Apart from Volvin, really, who else is there? I suppose there's Revenant, but you know what I'm getting at. I'm talking about an ability that's going to suspend giant rooms of enemies. And regardless of the level, you no longer worry about taking damage. We only worry about Eximus. You know, and you're never going to encounter this much Eximus. Now, we can get passive overguard as long as we've got Fortifier on our secondary. And the Hound will proc it for us. 13 million damage there. So that's level cap worthy damage that done. Keeping down our nails. Keeping down our 4. You know, if we throw down one 4 that stays open like that, then we throw down a second one to, you know, group them, we can then armor strip and group at the same time simultaneously. So watch these guys armor. Armor's gradually going down, see? And they don't last long at all. Now this is going to be the exact same result at level cap. These people will die this quick at level cap because that 51k damage from the nails will then turn into, you know, 8, 9, 10 million damage a tick. So I think I've glazed this shit enough. It's just that I've had some downtime. I've had mega burnout because, you know, the last 2 updates since Foley I've not had much interest in this game. So let's go back to the Obex. Let's get quick combo up. And we can just go into mission with this Obex and rely on abilities. We'll take an Epitaph too, actually. Fuck it. We'll take the Epitaph as well. Just so we can have a bit of passive overguard here. So, you know, as long as we've got Fortifier here, right? And we've got the Hound with synergized perspectives, he is going to trigger that overguard for us, right? So if we now go into a mission, we'll just rely on our Obex, influence, and Fortifier on our secondary. So we'll try not to even fire at once. If I've got it, buddy, I'll give you it. Do I have it? No, I don't think I've got it. Right. You know, I don't want to ever get burnout from Warframe. In the 3 years plus I've played it, I've never had burnout for this period of time. But I've really had a lot of burnout from it the last few weeks because I got the new frame Sirius and Orion. I fucked around with the helmet. You know, Vauban's another good user of Jade Stars because, you know, his first ability in conjunction with the Jade Stars and his Flechette Orb just does insane fucking damage. I'll pull it up in a minute. But what can we do right now? We could go level cap right now, but I cannot be fucking asked. And what we got here? We've got Survival, Corpus Survival. Let's go do this Corpus Amalgam Survival so I can possibly get some Steel Essence while I do this. I suggest if anybody comes into this stream, which I don't expect you to, because I get virtually no views, I'm okay with that. As long as I can help one person, I've done my job. And as long as I can spread some Vauban knowledge, I've done my job. Because I think he's one of the most underappreciated Warframes. You know, I've made a Vauban build guide on him before, but I might do an updated one soon, just to show how much I love him again and talk about him, get him more attention. So you want to go in, you want to throw down your 4. And look at that, you now no longer take damage. Kill a few people like that, passively from the Hound. Now you got your Viral active from Nourish, and then you can throw down your 1, and that's going to now open up AoE potential on kills. And now we can start to build up the Obex for its Incarnate charge and rely just on ability damage and the parkour velocity from the Obex. And the grouping up, you know, we'll kill them that way too. But if we go down into this area here and we compress our 4, I think we've got Bastille on as well, yeah. So the Bastille will keep lasting longer the more enemies we kill with it. So now we can start to build this combo up now when we pull these guys in. Problem is they're going to die so easily. It's hard to build the combo up almost. If we took the route of it, I want to show that we really don't need much to make Vauban work. As he says before he dies, in a fucking pathetic way probably. Get our combo up, come on. Right, we got our combo up. What I meant about getting fast combo was if we throw down one of these grouping abilities here, we can build combo extremely fast when there's groups of people like that. So we throw down our 1 and then watch our finisher damage here. Finish our 1 guy and they'll all just AoE die. As long as the 1's on them, we get good AoE kills. And look at that.
Activating it will buy them more time.
Give me 2 moments, I'm going to allow my abilities to kill these guys while I go quickly help my girlfriend. Throw down these flechettes. Again, we'll only need to worry about the Xmas, so as long as we've got this active, the Hound will help us. Throw down these flechettes here, we shouldn't have much to worry about. And look at the AoE potential, so I'm going to walk away and hope that I'm not dead by the time I come back.
Life support on the way.
We look like we're pretty much okay. Our Bastille's kind of stayed up constantly. The only DPS we lost was from not keeping up our first augment and throwing down our Flechette orbs. Look at this AoE potential with really not much effort. We can just kind of chill here and press a few buttons. When these guys die here, they do decent damage. With this first augment, they really do decent damage. Now, if you mix in a gun that you can pick off these guys with, you've then got, look at that AoE potential. But you don't need a gun. It just helps, but you don't need a gun because you've got all these tools in his kit that are going to DPS and cause AoE kills or grouping, then an AoE kill. No, you throw down that one on these guys here, and you finish at one of them, and you got decent damage. And again, look at this. Unless they're Xmas, nobody can really touch us or hurt us. Unless there's passive, status effects going around. None of these guys are going to shoot us. They're either going to be ragdolled in a tornado like that, or they're going to be lifted up out of the air where they can't do anything. You know what I mean? Look at this. We throw this down here, then you take away any potential threat. So that's why I feel like he's one of the best cascade frames. Because you just jump room to room like that. Nobody's a threat, and then if there is an Xmas, you just pick them off with whatever gun you got, throw the flechette orb down, and you've got nothing to worry about. Bob's your uncle, everything's dead. And the best thing as well, Violence can't do anything. Violence can't turn off the flechette orbs. If you see Violence is spawning, you throw down 4 of these flechette orbs, and you just walk around like this, he's going to trace you, he's going to be slowed down, and he's going to die in a few seconds from the flechette orb. We'll hang about, we'll see if we get Violence, and if we don't, we'll kill the next Acolyte, and we'll just pretend he's Violence thrown off the abilities, right? Oh, we've got Mania. So you would preemptively throw down a few of these, slow them down, throw down the flechette orb. They've got no armor left, and then look at this, they slow the walk over here, they can't really do much. Throw down the flechette, and we keep our... Oh, famous last words, getting too cocky. Throw down the flechettes. Oh, famous last words. Oh no! And then, look at the flechette damage on him. Yeah, so usually it kills faster. I don't know what went on there. Usually they die in a few ticks because flechette can do damage into the millions. And let's show how we can get overguard from this hound. So, where's an Xmas? We're not getting overguard yet. We do have Fortifier on this, I believe. Do we have Fortifier on? I think we do. Yeah, I take Fortifier Arcane. Where's an Xmas? I need to test this to see if I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit. Did we take Fortifier? Didn't have any other Arcanes proccing in the second, did you? Primary Dexterity. No, I don't. I must have taken Fortifier with me. See, instantly full shield charge as well from the Hound, which is another great synergy with Robin. I used to preach Diriga, but then, the Hound's better. You do lose that 1.2, whatever it is, crit damage. There we go, yeah, we got Fortifier. Now watch this, the Hound's going to proc Overguard for us. Even though we're not firing it, the Hound, with Synergized Prospectus, will proc Overguard for us too. Now that Xmas is no threat to us now because lost his Overguard. So look at my Overguard numbers, it's going down, but the Hound should proc it back up again the minute he hits an Xmas, which is quite nice, passive Overguard. I'm not killing enough, I'm standing about trying to make a point. Time to group these people up. It's a bit better now. But there's not enough Xmas here really for me to make my point. If we go into a level that's heavy Xmas or we're going to Sim again, we'll show the Synergized Perspective synergy. Oh, there we go, we got some Overguard there when I didn't proc it, see, because the Hound obviously hit his Prospectus off of an Xmas. Give ourselves a damage boost. I've chose a really horrible room for this. Got an Xmas there. Come on, Hound, do your thing. Oh yeah, we've got 30 Overguard there. So seeing you can kind of proc Overguard passively with a Hound as long as you have a secondary with Synergized Perspectus. So this would be the build I would use, this Robin build here. So what's our parkour velocity at? Did we get up to 40, yeah. So we've got the max parkour velocity. So this would be my go-to melee for him to get around rooms fast if I was doing it. And then I would use this to slow down any potential targets from the epitaph and then just kill with abilities. This would be my perfect weapons in secondary and melee for playing just an ability evolving. Primary wouldn't really matter, I don't think. Maybe you could take the route if you wanted to get your combo up faster, but there's not really much need because look how quick we can generate combo here. As long as we've got decent amounts of people being pulled into this, we should pull some combo quite easily. They're all getting caught in the corners of the rooms. That's a bit of the problem. I wish they could make it a bit better. Oh, there seems to be a decent group of people over here. Where are they? Down there, maybe? Come up the stairs. You're a bit of a build this combo up, not too bad though. It's just everybody getting caught in the fucking walls and shit. All these different stairs and shit. Once we get this built up though, we'll be golden. Showing a lot of people, but we've not actually seen a lot of people. Oh. There we go. Right, we've got our combo up now, so now we can do the finisher. Nuke and shit. There we go. If we can get more people down here, we can maybe nuke this acolyte as well. Come on, Hound, get up. Oh, we're up shit creek. Hound's coming. Come on, Hound. Come on, we need some energy to get our 4 up as well. There we go. Now we can get Arcane Sculptor prop. Now we can start to pull enemies in. Who the fucked? Now we're locked. Now we're fucked. We're fucked now. Not much we can do in here. Just have to let the Flechette Orb do its thing. Right. God, I hate these fucking things. I hate how he teleports us as well. It's so irritating. Right, where is everybody? Right, here they are. Oh, lots of energy down here. Perfect. We'll probably run out of our combo now. Now look at that. We've gotten a combo back up quite quick though. Get back in our incarnate mode. Okay, let's get out of this mission. We're at 0 anyway, from all my yapping shit and fucking around. So we'll go find a better mission to go in and do shit. But look at this parkour velocity, it's fantastic, and it's almost instantly, you know, pulled up. The minute you go on a mission and you do a decent bit of grouping, you know, you've got free parkour velocity, and then we've got that decent grouping where we can just essentially always be chaining AoE kills with that one augment and the Obex finisher kills. Now, I think I've got one viewer, one person that's been interested in what I've done. No, 0 viewers, so I'm going to cut the cord and go now. I might make evolving updated videos. But yeah, I've got mega burnout until something new happens in Warframe and exciting. Maybe the new incarnates or something. Then I'll come back. Right now, quite let down with it. But not like if anybody ever watches me and supports me, I will periodically come back and forth. I might go do a Vob and New Incarnate video right now. Cheers, bye.